Welcome to MTN Outdoors.
Hey everyone, I'm John Riley, once again filling in for Andy Curtis. Look, I get it, I'm no replacement for Andy, but I do have a puppy. This is Cash, recently adopted from the Lewis and Clark Humane Society, and he'll be helping me out today. On this episode, we'll learn more why birds are falling from the sky in Billings, meet some mini cows, and learn about why birds migrate. But first, a home being built on private land within Glacier National Park in the Apgar area has drawn quite a bit of attention. Yeah, I know, right? And now officials want it torn down. The home was built directly on the stream bed of McDonald Creek. It's private property within the park boundary that has been grandfathered in since before the park's creation. The Flathead Conservation District received 17 complaints about the building's location and the possibility they did not file for a 310 law permit. The 310 permit is required for any work with the potential to impact the bed or banks of perennial flowing streams in Montana. At a Conservation District Board meeting on March 13th, it was decided that no one applied for the free 310 permit for this location.
You know, if they had applied, then I can't speculate on whether or not their application would have been approved or denied, but they did not apply prior to doing that work.
The building has been ordered to be removed and the area remediated after the creek recedes from the high water point, but before November 1st.
Now I know these black spots behind me here that you can see may look like leaves, but they're actually rows of dead birds. Over 100 of them have been found on just this property alone.
You can see them just about everywhere you look, dozens upon dozens of dead starlings spread out across the neighborhood.
You just look in front yards, you can see them under trees all over.
Josh Digley lives on the Billings South Side and says it's the sheer number of dead birds that had him doing a double take.
In the last 5 days, 27. It started Sunday night. I noticed there was quite a few that landed in the yard, and some of them just never got up and left.
Yeah, there's one right over here that's dead.
Digley found 4 in just the short amount of time MTN was with him Thursday. And in his neighbor's yard across the street, they said over 100 dead birds have been found.
It just seems so weird, the amount out of nowhere.
So MTN started to investigate. It turns out the U.S. Department of Agriculture is responsible for the hundreds of dead starlings. The agency tells us they're using a chemical bait called DRC-1339 to reduce the number of birds in the area, saying in part, the large number of roosting starlings increases the potential of passing disease to livestock. DRC-1339 works very quickly, however, dead birds may be found days afterwards. In this instance, local governments were notified of this abatement project and the potential that dead birds may be seen. The USDA also says the dead birds do not pose a threat to humans or pets.
For nobody to say anything about it, I think that's what's really weird.
Digley says finding the birds has been a weird occurrence, and he has been taking photos of each one he finds.
They're usually peaceful. Some of them just land. They're standing on their feet. I even have some pictures of some that their beaks aren't even down. They're just standing dead.
The USDA would not tell us where the chemical salt is being fed to the starlings, but the EPA says the risk to humans and pets is minimal. But residents like Digley are skeptical.
If it drops a bird out of the air and kills it, if your cat eats it, your cat's probably going to be at risk. Your dog's probably at risk.
In Billings, Haley Monaco, MTN News.
It's officially spring. Well, spring in Montana, which means snow and then a warm-up and then snow again. But that thaw also comes with the risk of flooding. MTN's Ryan Berg has more on what people need to know for the spring melt.
There still may be snow on the ground, but Lewis and Clark County is reminding residents it's time to start thinking about planning for flood season. Across the United States, flooding averages a cost of $4.8 billion per event. There are over 141,000 properties in Montana that have a greater than 26% chance of being severely affected by flooding over the next 30 years. This represents just over 1/5 of all Montana properties.
This time of year, the weather can change relatively rapidly, and that's the best way that residents will get information as quickly as possible.
Floodplain manager Werby McNamee says his #1 piece of advice is to always keep an eye on the weather getting closer to the spring season. McNamee says another key thing to make sure that you're prepared for is unexpected flooding, including being aware of where you store documents and things like medication if you need to evacuate in a hurry, and having backup supply of drinking water.
When it comes to kind of personal protection around the home, elevate important documents, make sure that residents have backup drinking water because floodwaters could potentially harm well water.
According to the county's floodplain development page, about 25% flood losses occur at properties out of the floodplain, and McNamee urges property owners to seriously consider flood insurance.
Flood insurance policies take 30 days to go into effect. So if you start projecting out and looking at the calendar, we kind of get to the heart of the spring once those insurance policies would go into effect if they were to act on it today.
Lewis and Clark County officials say flooding season usually occurs in May or June. In Helena, Ryan Berg, MTN News.
Now, not everyone has been upset about that spring snow. Skiers and boarders have been loving it. Hayes Bartruff was up at Great Divide to get first-hand accounts of what skiers have been seeing so far this March.
We finally made it up here to the top of Meadow Mountain. We have wind, we have snow, we're getting the elements, it's still coming down. Plenty of fresh palette here for the skiers and boarders, showing me how to hit the slopes.
Oh, it's very snowy and wintry. Quite stellar.
The recent snow sent skiers and snowboarders off in search of fresh powder to the Great Divide today.
I think the snow is great. I mean, I want to say I'm an excellent snowboarder, but I'm definitely good enough to get up and down, have fun. And the snow is soft. That's what you're looking for, man. It's a beautiful day.
Along with mild temps, the Great Divide reported at least 4 inches of snow overnight.
It's fantastic. Great place to be outside. Get to share it with everybody and get some people up the hill.
This was the first day and the first week overall where the ski area is running its spring hours.
So we have a total of 5 chairlifts, 1 rope tow, covering 1,500 acres of terrain and just over 100 named trails.
They will be opening at 10 a.m. every morning and closing at 4 p.m. Wednesday through Friday and 5 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays.
Well, it was a little dicey on the interstate, but good the rest of the way, and we're just lucky that we can take a little time off and do this.
I spoke with Travis Crawford, who's owned the Great Divide since January of 2020.
We love powder. I mean, that's what we live for, obviously, is deep snow and powder days. We've been having phenomenal snow for about the last week and a half. We are now sitting at over 30 inches of snow in the last week and a half, which is amazing for an early to mid-March storm. It's incredible. We have skiers that are enjoying it and lots of smiling faces.
And speaking of smiling faces, I was able to catch up with the couple here as they prepare to ride the lift to the top.
Come ski. Yeah, come ski, honestly. If you're looking to learn, it's better to learn like right now when there's a lot of powder, the snow's like getting softer in like the springtime-ish, you know.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
and it's something to do in Helena, Montana.
Definitely. It's a good workout too.
Yeah.
From the Great Divide Ski Hill, Hayes Bartruff, MTN Sports.
Coming up after the break, we're headed to the ranch to learn more about mini cows and regenerative farming. But first, here's some trivia. Now, it's no secret that Montanans tend to love dogs. But there's one dog that's arguably the most famous. Do you know the name of the forever faithful canine memorialized in Fort Benton? That answer coming up after the break.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome back. So do you know the name of the forever faithful dog of Fort Benton? The Border Collie mix found his way into town in 1936, following his ill master, who unfortunately died. The casket of the man was shipped back east, and for over 5 years, until his death in 1942, Shep the sheepdog kept his vigil, greeting every person that departed from the train looking for his departed master. What do you think, Cash? Would you make a good herding dog? He's still a little bit small, but a Big Timber Ranch is breeding mini and micro cows that might be more his size, although they're still a good 10 to 15 times bigger than he is. Alina Howder reports.
2-cow mini cattle here in Big Timber is one of the first and few breeders of mini cattle in the state of Montana. And as owner Matt Kleinsasser says, the demand for these animals have grown tremendously over the last few years.
He throws great calves, he got lots of color.
Coda doesn't look like most bulls you'd normally see, and that's because he's a mini bull bred to make mini cows.
A mini cow is anything under 46 inches. And then a micro mini cow is 36, anything under 36 inches tall.
Matt Kleinsasser breeds these mini cows with his family at their ranch.
Their legs are a lot smaller. Their body's a lot smaller.
2-cow mini cattle, something that all started as a hobby.
Then we kind of just saw that there was, kind of a demand for it. People were wanting these mini cows.
And the Kleinsassers can barely keep up.
This is what we want. When you're looking for a micro mini cow, this is it right here.
They currently have 50 people on their waiting list hoping to purchase a mini cow.
All of our customers, they use them as pets. They're pets. They're people who own 5 or 6 acres and want a cow, but don't have the space for a big cow.
And most of his customers come from out of state, across North America.
This last year, we had a handful of Montana customers. We've sent calves to Canada. We're all over the western United States, Oregon, Washington, Idaho.
The Kleinsassers business has grown steadily since they opened in 2017. And because they're one of the few mini cattle breeders in the region, business is good.
Financially, I can sell 20 cows for the same amount of price as someone who sells 100 head of calves in the fall.
Kleinsasser says that his operation of mini cattle uses less land and resources compared to a herd of standard-sized cows.
We have 27 head of cattle, and we can run it very well on 200 and 300 acres. Whereas if I had 27 head of standard cattle, I'm going to need 500, 600, 700 acres of property.
And the Kleinsassers never thought their simple hobby would turn into a full-blown business.
As of right now, it doesn't look like it's going to slow down. I mean, we just continue to have people, call us every day and ask us about things.
In Big Timber, Alina Howder, MTN News.
In the heart of Pend Oreille County, a drift of pigs need to be fed. That morning walk to fire up the tractor looks, feels, and sounds a little bit different.
Okay, I'm gonna back up.
Seth Becker is living a life of stewardship.
Using God's blessings to benefit your friends and neighbors and world.
The journey to become a first-generation rancher was a battle between life and limb.
I remember I had a little bit of time to think, I need to stay alive just enough to be with my grandparents and my parents, and I didn't want to disappoint anyone by leaving this earth. And
in 1990, Seth was working on an oil rig in the Gulf of Mexico as an intern. High-powered equipment, and the 20-year-old kid's life changed forever.
It was a beautiful morning. It had rained earlier. We got up pretty early. We rigged up lines, big, heavy line. The boat was having a hard time with its ballast thrusters that day. The ballast thrusters went out, and the boat had to pull away from the oil rig. And when that boat pulled away, it was still attached to those lines that went on top of the oil rig. But then the line took off, and it kind of rolled me around and sawed my feet off.
Uncertain he'd live, his faith in God and time for healing, Seth's outlook on life turned something sweet.
Because everything after that's just gravy. I'm swimming in a bowl of frosting. Every day you wake up on top of the earth is a really good day.
That frosting, his bride Jenny and 3 kids, Henry, Paul, and JoJo.
Hey, can you guys see Jack?
The foundation of Montana grass-fed beef.
Stick Leg Ranch is the business we created to sell our grass-fed beef and our pasture-raised pork.
Jenny, she does it all, but they do it together in a regenerative farming approach.
We realized that animals, when utilized correctly, actually build up biomass in the soil, and it sequesters carbon, and it helps the infiltration rate of water. So the little water that we get is actually going into the soil and building up grass, and the healthier grass you have, the healthier cattle you have. And
an education that the local farmer still feeds America.
We not just want a profitable business, but we want one that our family can stand behind, that leaves the earth a better place.
When life cuts you at the knees,
I just love this. The sun shines, and it's just a good life.
All you can do is get back up. In Valier, Ryan Gamboa, MTN News.
Coming up after the break, we learn about how the Confederate Salish and Kootenai tribes are managing lake trout populations. And Tanner Soul explains why birds suddenly appear now that spring is here.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome back. Cash is looking for his favorite fish toy right now. Speaking of fish, the Confederate Salish and Kootenai tribes, sanctioned by the state of Montana, are looking to better manage lake trout at Flathead Lake, which means Spring Mac Days is officially underway.
It will be busy out here on Flathead Lake for the next 9 weeks as Mac Day's spring event is officially underway.
It's getting to where we're seeing people fishing as adults that were little kids when we first started, but that's pretty cool.
Mac Days on Flathead Lake has grown exponentially since its inception in 2002.
We had 888 fish turned in. Today we get more than that in single days. So it has really grown.
Confederated Salish and Kootenai Tribes fisheries specialist Cindy Benson says invasive lake trout were introduced into Flathead Lake in the 1900s. The lake trout prey on native fish such as the bull and west slope cutthroat trout, decimating their populations over the years.
As this reduction program proceeds, what we're hoping to see is an increase in the populations of the native fish.
That's where Mac Days comes into play. Twice a year, the Confederated Salish and Kootenai Tribes put on the fishing event, giving away cash prizes, encouraging anglers to help them manage the lake trout population.
The Confederated Salish and Kootenai Tribes know that it's expensive to go out here and fish and do this. They appreciate the help. They know that anglers are a big part of this reduction program.
The Confederated Salish and Kootenai Tribes provide cash prizes for the event. This year's purse totals $225,000 in a variety of categories.
2 youth categories, ladies category. We have an over 70 category. Those guys are all saying we need over 80 now.
The event attracts anglers to Northwest Montana and keeps them coming back.
People come from several different states and fish in this event. People are planning their vacations around the events. You know, they're asking a year ahead of time, what's the dates for next year?
Cindy hopes this spring's Mac Days brings in up to 30,000 lake trout, helping protect native fish populations in Flathead Lake for generations to come.
This is a beautiful spot. It's some place, you know, that we need to take care of. We need to treasure it. And I believe that in doing this conservation effort to help our native fish, it'll make it a better place to be.
There are 5 different spots around Flathead Lake to record your catch. For that information, head over to our website at kpax.com. In Blue Bay, Sean Wells, MTN News.
A sure sign of winter's end is the return of songbirds. Now, most of these birds are coming from comfortable places like the tropics or a warm beach. So why do they come back to Montana while snow is still on the ground? Tanner Saul explains.
The tropics in the wintertime. Sunny beaches, vibrant colors, and lots of birds. Winter is tough, especially for our feathered friends. It takes a lot of energy just to stay warm and find food. So it's no surprise that they fly south for the winter. A study by the Cornell Lab of Ornithology from 2013 to 2017 found 2.6 billion birds died during fall and spring migrations, proving migration is pretty dang risky for birds. So why not just stay where the sun is always warm and you don't have to worry about any blizzards? For birds, living in the tropics isn't sipping on a pina colada and taking in the sun. What may sound like paradise is really a fierce competition over resources. There's an endless battle over food. Not only are birds competing over resources with native bird species, they're also fighting over it with the millions of birds that plan their winter vacation there too. The hot and humid environments also serve as the world's finest petri dish, suitable for an abundance of infectious diseases and parasites. So, as it turns out, there are some real advantages to making the trip back north. Spring migrants time their return to coincide with an enormous supply of food. Seasonal change is like a reliable clockwork mechanism that operates on our planet, offering dependable resources. It's like the ultimate all-you-can-eat buffet. As plants and animals in the north begin to bloom and reproduce, there's an explosion of seeds, fruits, and insects for the taking. It's a springtime feast that's worth the long journey for these intrepid travelers. So, migrating birds are simply following the trail of this natural abundance. Raising chicks is no small feat. Breeding in the heat of the tropics brings a whole new set of challenges for the success of eggs and chicks. By migrating north, these smart species are moving to a more temperate climate to raise their delicate chicks. With cooler temperatures, they can focus on the important work of feeding and caring for their little ones. At the equator, day length doesn't change too much, but in the north during the summer months, days get longer and longer. And longer summer days in the north mean more time to gather food and feed hungry mouths. It's all about balance, and each species has to weigh the risks and benefits of migration. Migration is a magical spectacle, and according to the Smithsonian, the top 5 best places in the U.S. to witness these mass migrations during the spring are Rio Grande, Delaware Bay, the Great Lakes, Central Park, and Point Reyes National Seashore. But as our planet changes, so too do the habits of our animal friends. Some species are arriving earlier than they used to, while others are changing their migration patterns entirely. So who knows what the future holds for our migrating friends? One thing's for sure, the only constant in life is change. In Missoula, Tanner Saul, MTN News.
Well, that's going to about wrap things up for this week's edition of MTN Outdoors. As always, make sure to send in your pictures to the brag board to andy.curtis@ktvh.com. For this week's brag board, it's all about the dogs of MTN, per Cash's request. First up, we have Ritz with Curtis Grevenance enjoying some snowmobiling. Here are Marion Davidson's dogs. Harvey is having a blast in the snow. Roscoe is enjoying a hike, and Petey is out on an adventure. Here's Eric Jockham's dog Bilbo out in the snow. Sam Hoyle is enjoying some quality time with Cooper. And Andy Curtis is giving Nala a ride. Now Cash comes from a long line of adopted Riley family dogs and good boys. Currently, there's another Cooper who's getting used to having the new puppy. Before him was Angus, who loved to chase balls and go for walks. Louie was the kindest dog I ever knew and loved to go fishing on the boat. And Mick, my first dog and best bud when I was a kid. Send in pictures of your dogs enjoying the outdoors to andy.curtis@ktvh.com. Thanks for having me and Cash. Andy will be back next week. Have a good one. Until next time, we'll catch you out there, won't we, bud? Yeah.
MTN, Montana's news leader.